So Wiley, earlier, right before you came on, we were talking about surviving the surviving, how these things in your life that you go through kind of seep into every aspect of your life after that and kind of change you
Mhm.
forever. So and I think those are the things that kind of show us what we're made of. So I'm wondering, I know you mentioned you have two kids who were 5 and 6. So in the last several years, you become a father. And I also know that you lost your father within the
Mhm.
last several years. Do you think that either of those huge, momentous changes in your life, or any of the other changes you've gone through, like we were talking about changes earlier, have made their way into your writing, either directly in terms of, becoming things you address head on, or indirectly in terms of the way you think about things or think about relationships?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I was listening in when Patti was talking about and the stories that y'all were sharing, and it was bringing up a lot of experiences that I've had, and one of them is losing my dad. We lost my dad in May of 2016, and
So sorry.
literally, thank you. A month before he passed away, our youngest daughter was born, and so we
Oh,
had this great joy and then this great tragedy, and the whiplash of those two things and trying to hold both of those in your mind at once. And that's also something that I've really been interested in
yeah.
psychically lately, is trying to hold two conflicting ideas in your mind at once and
Oh, wow.
honoring both of those.
Yeah.
And my wife is really good at that with our girls. They were at the bookstore to visit my book yesterday,
Aw,
and
Oh,
they
To
got
visit
book,
your book. I
this book, yeah.
that's so
And
sweet.
my wife was like, "Girls, maybe this is the one that will sell well enough where y'all can get some shoes." Um, and they were like, "It's going to be cold eventually in Wilmington, Mom." And she said it really loud, hoping somebody would hear to offer to buy shoes or the book, but nobody did. But
you have
they
to
got,
train those girls to tell people to go up to strangers and say, "My daddy wrote a book.
I
Please
know,
buy it."
and
I
I
know,
need food.
I
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
I need food. But our 5 year old, she got them each a book, but our 5 year old also wanted this little fox, and she was really sad about not getting the fox. And as a parent, my inclination is to say, "You should be happy, you got a book." But instead, my wife, because she's brilliant and much more patient than me, she said, "I understand that you're excited that you got a book, and I know you're sad that you didn't get that fox, and that's okay. And you can sit with both of those and honor both of those at the same time."
Wow.
And when I lost my dad and my daughter was born, I tried to hold both of those side by side, and
Mm.
that's what I did in writing this novel, and that's what I do every time I write a novel about the South. I'm looking at the South with an eye toward some of the bumps and bruises and the warts and the cuts and things, but I also love the South. I'm incredibly proud to be from North Carolina. I'm incredibly
Yeah.
proud to be a Southern writer, whatever that means anymore. But I can also say honestly that the South needs to look at itself,
Yes.
critically and openly and honestly. And so that's what I'm trying to do in this book. I'm writing about the beautiful things, but I'm also writing about the things that are uncomfortable. And I'm doing that in the relationships of the book as well, with the sheriff and his daughter, who's 25 years old and flees home, fleeing a struggling marriage and this heartbreak. And he's sad for her, but he's frustrated by it, and he's got all these conflicting emotions at the same time.